Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about Welcome to Rathe. We're going to take a look at the market, do our little market update and estimated value tracker for you. We do this every couple weeks for every set. We do have a lot of people waiting to hear what's going on with Fab 2.0. I thought we'd hear something about it by now. It seems like the market is very much, people are either buying the potential rumor or they are getting ready to see what happens with Fab 2.0 to see does LSS do something to solidify the collector side of this game. Meanwhile, on WTR, we have a lot of things going on. Real quick, if you want access to all this stuff as a collection tracker, I do have that over on patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. It updates every time you see a video like this, the values update of your collection, and you can see a summary of your value. You also get a 5% off discount over at minmaxgamesfab.com. And let's hop into WTR. Let's start with Alpha. Alpha boxes sitting at $3,000. Now there is a lot of conversation about these Alpha boxes. Let me show you the sold listings. There was even one at $2,500 this week, but there's also a slew of them that sold. It looks like 10, 12. How many? 11. I think there's 12 Alpha boxes that sold anywhere from 2,800 upwards of, let's see, and that same group was 3,050 was the max, and then the day or two before there's one that sold for 3,752. So this is actually from a company that does a lot of auctions, from Probstein. Obviously this is a very reputable seller who people contract out to do auctions for them. And so somebody who wanted to get rid of a bunch of boxes sent them all to Probstein, and they sold them as auctions, and all these auctions ended around the same time, which is an important distinction. But it does give you an idea of the volume of the sales and where boxes are kind of solidifying. And then recently we did have a sale at 2,500, but I'm going to use 3,000 here. You can see the prices there, and that seems to be where we're at. So Alpha boxes sitting at around 3,000. I also understand that there have been some fakes sold on eBay. Some people who repacked WTR Alpha boxes with unlimited carts. It has been some of that going on. Make sure that you're buying from reputable sellers, not just on eBay, but also on Facebook and the other marketplaces. There's really, the only thing you can have to have is somebody who knows where they got their box from and can prove where they got it from and that you trust. So very important to understand that. But boxes sitting at $3,000. All right, let's talk about the Heart of Fyendal. I have no clue. Even boxes at $3,000 make a Heart of Fyendal, in my opinion, about $1,200 or $12,000. That would be the case price that we've kind of seen historically, that the Fable lines up to about the price of a case. I don't know if that's still true or not. I don't really, there's not really much going on in terms of heart sales. Obviously, we haven't seen one real publicly since even before January. So this price could be outdated. There could be things moving behind closed doors less than this or more than this. I'm not aware of it. I do have some things in the work to try to figure out a price point for one. But we'll see what ends up happening with that trade or that sale. So right now, no real conversation happening about this. Unlimited hearts are sitting at $192. All right, let's talk about first edition legendaries. Braveforge Bracers, we had one sell this past week for $1,200. That's off the previous one way back in July. Let's see, publicly we haven't had a sell on eBay for quite a while, actually. But this one on March 22nd sold for $1,200. It was, it's decent. It's definitely not the greatest photos and all that stuff. But it's a raw Braveforge Bracers, and that's what's important. Again, it's in a sleeve, so the pictures aren't great. You can complain about that if you want. But the kind of description is that, they didn't describe anything, so you have to assume that it's a near mint, kind of pack fresh, whatever it is. I know people like the super ones with the corners that they can see. But that being said, we also had that sitting at $1,200. So no other real sales of this stuff. I have heard of a tunic that was sold in a private Facebook group for $3,000, but we have sold this thing that's pretty close to that anyway. Mask of Momentum at 2850, Tectonic Plating at 1500. It'll be interesting to see where these go. I did want to highlight one thing on the Tunic, which is that there was a rather large Tunic sale of a 9.5. I maybe don't have it pulled up. There was like a 9.5 Tunic that sold for like 8,500, which is good on eBay. So that might give you some idea of where the price point is as well. I only track the raw prices. That's kind of what I do. The idea is if you open a box, what's the EV of that box? So that would be a raw price. But 9.5 Tunic sold for I think 8,400 or 8,500 on eBay. Looking at your first edition cold foils, then these were super soft this week. There was a bunch of auctions that I was following. I was following these 3 auctions these 4 with Goliath Gauntlet here, and they all ended lower than I wish that they did. Hope Merchant's Hood ended for 128, Barkbone Strapping for 164, Heart and Cross Strap at 196, and Goliath Gauntlet at 215. That's pretty dang low. For these. This is even below the price point, like the average price point. Those sold listings are below that average price point before this kind of huge spike that I talk about often, which isn't a good sign to me, but the average price is still higher. Keep in mind though, like Iron Rock Gauntlet at 311 when a Barkbone Strapping is at 164 doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. That being said, we'll see what happens with these. They're still limited. There's only 1,024 of each of these cards. So it's still a very limited number of cards, and it's important to understand that. It wouldn't take much for the market to pick back up on these things, but right now the market's very soft towards a lot of this collectible side of the game. So it's again, Fab 2.0 can't come soon enough, in my opinion, to hear from LSS on what their strategy is for helping this out. First edition Majestics, we don't see very many sales of this stuff. This stuff's all over the place in terms of most recent sales and last sales. So just keep that in mind. And Enlightened Strike did recently sell on eBay for $1,000. There was only one bid here. This is, the condition of this, the centering's pretty off. It's important to note that it's pretty wrong up to down. The centering's off. It doesn't look like a terrible conditioned card though. There is a little bit of edging going on. Again, but a lot of these E-Strikes pack fresh, this is what they're like. And so if you want to degrade this as a 9.5, that's probably wrong. It'll probably come back 8.5 or 9 though. There's a little corner there. So and then there was 2 sales actually. This one was at 1,000. This is the most recent one. There was also one at 1,200 this week. So this is the price of a raw E-Strike, and that's so important to understand. If you have a really minty one with great centering, you can probably get 2,000 or 3,000 for it. But condition is important on this stuff, and even pack fresh, they did not come out of the pack super fresh. So it's important to note that they have the corner issues and all that kind of thing. So I just do the last sold. Pricing. There was an 8.5 that sold months ago, way back. Actually, one of the most recent sales that we had for this was like 30. Where's our E-Strike? Was at the $3,000 price point, 3,200. That was an 8.5 that sold. So just keep that in mind. Like this would be an 8.5. This is trying to show you where the market is on this stuff. Is what I'm trying to do. E-Strike for $1,000. That tells me that some of these are overvalued unless they're really minty, but like a Toma Fyendal at the same price doesn't make a ton of sense. Even some of these other ones don't make a ton of sense. But you got to do what the market says and figure that out for yourself. Anyway, moving on. Super rares, not really much movement. $101 there. Regular ones at $12. No real changes here. Rainbow foil rares, average price point at $31, which is down 1%. Regular rares, average price point at $3.11, which is up 11% actually. Rainbow foil commons are up slightly, average price at $9.14, and your regular commons are down slightly at $1. That puts your EV here of alpha sitting, if you open up 1K or 40 boxes and you do hit the Heart of Fyendal, which somebody just did, shout out to Spencer who hit that. Somebody just opened a Heart of Fyendal. Pretty cool. You're sitting at $1,774. If you just open up a case, you're sitting at $1,504. And if you open up just one box and you do hit on average a rainbow foil Majestic, you will sit at $1,003. So important to note that. Obviously, it hasn't been worth it to open up a box of alpha for a very long time. Unlimited. Let's take a look. Lots of movement here on Brave Forge Bracers. Again, people may be looking at this new Dorinthia card with a lot of excitement, thinking that it's going to shake up a lot of the meta stuff. You may also consider that skirmish season's happening again, so a lot of those old skirmish decks are popping up. Dorinthia was very good. Kasai is very, very good in skirmish, in Blitz, so a lot of warrior support right now. Mask Momentum up a little bit. Fyendal Spring Tunic also up a little bit. Some other softness on Tectonic Plating and Scab Skin. Unlimited Majestics, average price here at $21, and that's up 12% here. A little bit of interaction again. You've got Alpha Rampage, Ancestral Empowerment going up. It's hard to evaluate what exactly is happening here. Your E-strikes are down. It's hard to pick out anything particular in the metas. It tells me that there is a lot of warrior play happening, but everything's kind of trending up, which is also a good sign. So average price of a regular Majestic at $9.83, Rainbow Foil at $21. Super rares, again, hard to distinguish exactly what's happening because so many things are going up and so many things are going down. But you've got Iron Song Determination going up. That again suggests a lot of warrior support happening. And yeah, route though not going up, so it's kind of hard to value that. Anyway, at $1.03 for the Rainbow Foil and at 41 cents for the regular. We'll skip over these rares pretty quickly. At 25 cents for a foil rare, 8 cents for a regular rare. Foil commons at 21 cents, and regular commons don't really add any value. So if you are opening up boxes, again, keep in mind these boxes are sitting at like 62, 63 bucks. It's still not worth it to open them. So important distinction there. Your boxes, if you're going to open up 40 boxes and you do hit a heart, you're sitting at $65. After fees, you're going to lose some value. If you open up a case, you'll be sitting at $59.90. Not really worth it even for a case. And then if you just open up individual boxes, be very careful because there's not a whole lot of value. Again, you only get 2 Majestics, not a whole lot of value individual boxes. So, yeah, this is rough. I mean, it just seems like the print run of this was massive. In my opinion, I know that boxes were on discount from distribution this past couple weeks. I hear stores who say they have pallets of this and they're waiting for the price to go up. I think this is going to be a long game. The game's fine. I mean, the value of this stuff's going to be fine in 20 years. But for the next kind of foreseeable future, I think we're going to see a slow burn on this. And it's currently not very worth it to open up boxes. So, play sealed. Sealed is fun. Get 6 packs, play with your friend, get 12 packs, have an enjoyable experience. You don't have to worry about the value of the boxes. But if you do care about that, if you do enjoy ripping boxes, selling singles, doing that, don't pick this set. Honestly, in Fab right now, you're looking at Everfest and Crucible is really the only 2 ones that you can really make some money back. Maybe Tails a little bit. Anyway, hope you guys have yourself a fantastic day. If you want access to all this stuff as a collection tracker, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. You can at least keep track of what you have or what you're missing in your sets, and you can also get that discount code for MinMax Games Fam. Hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again next video.